Better late than never. Okay. Just having a bit of an issue this morning, so won't go into it health-wise, but nothing major, but it was enough to delay me this morning. Missed out on a good trade, I'd say, there at 8:06. I'm going to modify the entries. So if we've got a clear red and we get taken out, we can enter, particularly within the first hour. Won't always work. Get 2 there, then you get a third, then you cut it. So it works pretty well. 3, come in there at least, get a reasonable break even. But that's pre-8 o'clock stuff. Bearing in mind, get some nice little runs there. I trade that? Nope. Nothing to trade at the moment. So while there's nothing going on, I'm going to grab a coffee and grab my breakfast. So I'll be with you in about a minute. So I'll put up my B right back. There we go. And see you in a minute. Okay, bit of light. Here we go. We've got some blue there. Should we be putting in a sell? I think we should. There we go. Just adjust it if we can. Yes, order placed. Thank you. Could you get off? Christ, tell you what, does enough to put you off. It's like, I know that. Can I just adjust my order? All that with the Adobe genuine service alert. And we're in. Okay. Now, is this a dangerous entry? It might well be. It might well be. Is it going to take us out? Not too low with that. It's going to take it out anyway by the look of it. Make that a bit bigger so I can just focus a little bit more. Dangerous going in on there? Yeah. So Wonder if that would have still hit. I think it still would have hit. It's 4. The blue. I think that's fair enough. Enough space there for a reversal. But hitting the 20, maybe I should just trade with the 20. Trade with the 20. Not look for the reversals, maybe. Might well keep me out of trouble. Just having too many losses, aren't I? Without the payoff. Serves me right for being late this morning. Would have had a... What would that be? Trade that on 8. Certainly it's a 3 to 1, which I could have taken. So a lot of farting about. How you doing? We're trading the DAX. All the stuff you want to know about me is on the channel. I eat my breakfast. I drink my not coffee this morning. It's ginger and turmeric. In my bowl, I have yogurt. I have blueberries. I have bananas. With a mix of a little bit of flaxseed in there. Make it a bit rough. It's a 2-minute. On the NASDAQ. Well, that doesn't help. See, wasn't even trading the bloody DAX. Serves me right. Okay. Red, 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 blue. Taken out there. Red, 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 blue. And no entry. If I just kept it using 1-to-1s. So we've got a 2-to-1 there. No wonder it looked a bit weird. Went on the NAS. I wonder it got taken out a bit weirdly. So it's a bit tight. It's gold on the 5-minute. So there would have been an entry at the 740, 745 bar. Stop of about 5. And we ended up taking profit with the 2-to-1. There's gold and then there are hills. Could always trade gold. Got nothing against it. So we're having a bit of a run back down, I'd say. Whenever it meets the 20, you might see a reaction. If you're lurking, hello. Plenty to see. Lots of action on the chart. Unlucky there, would have made a small loss. And we get the 3 blues there. So I don't take the trade. That would be an entry. We're trading between 7 and 8. Our first entry. Would I have taken that? No. Too big. taken that? No. Too many reds. Would I taken that? Yes. I made some money. About 1 to 1. Should be nice. As it was, I took a trade on the NASDAQ. And it didn't work. Rushing into it too much, not setting, giving me time to set myself up. Quick look at the 2 minute. That's a good entry. If we risk 8 on it, we still make about 1 to 1. And that would be an entry there. Stop at 8. Stop loss will be now at around just under break even. A lot of clarity on the 2 minute today. Got a 1 minute entry. I'll take it. Fine. Let's see how we go. Doesn't look that promising, but the last trade would have been taken out, so I'll take a punt. That's all it is. Just get used to executing the orders. Oh, we can move down. Good. 0.9, 2.8. There we go. Going our way for once. See how long it does that for. But we're under the 20. There's no reason why we can't head towards the 200. But it's going to... No. Doesn't like it. It's rebelling against that low. It's getting ready here. 90.3, we'll go to 91.2, I believe. Drop it now. It's going to take me out. There was a big move at the end there. Going to get a bit of a reprieve. Could well do. That was a strong move at the end of the minute there. It takes us out. Right. Probably a small loss in the end there, despite a strongish move. Cheers. Feel free to say hi if you want to. It's all right. Want to find out what I'm up to? If you have any suggestions, you can make them. It's all right. Probably won't listen to them. Bit of a dip there. Am I taking that? No. Not enough clarity. Yeah, I think we're getting some kind of push upwards by the look of it. We'll see. It's starting to look a little bit rangy. We might range a bit where price does nothing but the averages come together. which is entirely possible after a move up and a move down. Be just my luck if it takes off here. It's not an entry, and that's all there is to it. Don't enter on a red if you're going south. Enter on a blue. There we go, that's the new rule. So we would enter there, it's better entry, end up making a profit. You would enter there, better entry, and you end up making a profit. Heading downwards, you enter on the blue. Unfortunately, you should have taken that before we get the bulk of the move. It's one of the sad things that can happen in the market. Blue, blue, blue. It's a third blue. No, thank you. And here, well, we took the trade. And it's a round break even. Well, there is small win, small loss. It's inconsequential. Pretty much sideways movement at the moment. Probably a little bias towards the downside. The south. Not an entry. Not for a trend. If you're looking to trade a range, well, you might be able to just like pick off 7, 5. You'd have to be prepared to get up with just a slight movement against you. Not the way I want to trade. I've done it, but it's very nervy. Jangles my nerves. I'm not doing it. As you can see, no discernible pattern, it's just moving sideways. Unfortunately, I'm not terribly good, it seems, at picking a bottom or picking a top. It's not my thing. I'd rather just go with the trend and be done with it. For example, there. Oh, it's all fine. You just ride it out. I can't do it, but I can come in there. And if I was very judicious, I could have taken a 15 or a 16 on saying because I've risked 5. Could have done that, or just taken the would have ended up being a 1-to-1. So red, blue, red, blue, red, 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 blue, red, red, blue, red, blue, blue, blue. Nothing for me to trade. Which is good. And stay out of it. Okay, that nice little movement. More than 1-to-1. And unlucky there, would have been taken out. That's the only 3-to-1 possibility. Even if you're a 6, you miss out and you end up getting just over 1-to-1. DAX hasn't been quite dynamic this week, has it? It's gently moving upwards, drifting upwards. since January at least. This year it has. Bit of blue creeping in, but it's sideways movement, so do nothing. Don't want to read too much into stuff, you know. There's, oh, what's a blue? Yeah. That, for example, that's a good move upwards. It's a solid move upwards. Little retracement, bang, you're into the continuation. Then a solid, more than solid candle there, where it's bar there, where it's broad in terms of the movement of price. You could easily treat that. If you wanted to, say, well, I'll just keep my stop and move it down when it gets to 1-to-1. You could do that, and you'd be fine, and say, well, now once it's going to 1-to-1, then I'll move my stops along with the Heikin-Ashi tops, and you would have done just fine. If you're just aiming for a 3 on your initial risk, not quite, you wouldn't have got there. Still decent profit. Couple reds, 2 to do. Very dead. Not been. The DAX has been very quiet, and it can be very, very. The movements can be large, so we go through a bit of a lull with the DAX at the moment. I'm not looking at the fundamentals at all. Because the nature of trading this length of chart is just means it's a very tricky thing to do. It's you're trading minute by minute. I'm just using the EMAs as a guide. As you can see, price widening. Now price is starting to tighten, but there's no real energy here, so it's going to be a case of the price just holding and the averages drifting together rather than price driving it. Price will drive them apart, of course. You can't drift an average apart like that. You need price to have a solid movement. There'll be an entry there. No. Nice bit of a climb there. Would you have considered that? Possibly. But again, at that time of the day, I'm less likely to do it here. It's a better trade. The movement's too big downwards. And there, that's just right. It's right at the end of the move. So there. And there. Is price going to bump up above the average? You might see another move upwards. See? So the trend is definitely upwards. It has been, I'd say, since about here. 4:17 in the morning. Go right back. Effectively, though, it really is ranging. It's really just gone above a top there, but really just inching above a previous high. It's around the same time yesterday. So lows around the 17.9340 mark. Highs around the 18,020, 1815. It got tired as it's 24 and it came back. So if we're doing that, the numbers thingy, and the 60, 50, 60, the other end, 90 to 100, so it's around a 50 point move, and then dipping and up. So it's a very rangy market. Even the trends are just heading towards a smallish and heading towards a previous high before coming back. Okay, seeing a bit of a move here. Not huge. We've got this high here as well, of course. This is a lower high there. I'd say there. And 3. And here. And the 1800 mark. So the round numbers playing a role, 25. You decide, yep, it's at 25, I'm going to go south. It's at 1800. I'm going to see if I can pick off 25. You would have missed out there. Now, if we were to get a red popping up anytime soonish, I might consider a buy. Might consider a long, simply because of the way it's reacting to the average. Okay, could go for a bit of a run. Not a lot of energy though. Inside blue, which I'm not going to trade. Even a 1 minute chart. If you're trading a daily chart, you just, the process for me is interminable. So 20 seconds to go on this. 97.4. 98.4. And there we go. Doing weird things there, wasn't it? What is this? 94.5, so we go to 95.5 if we're going to move it. A little bit more energy coming into the market. So we're looking at 95.5. Once it gets to about 5 seconds, I'll move it. Big move south though, so I'm not that keen. If it gets below that low, I'll kill it. No, I'm killing it. Double check that. Alright, here we go. No, it's doing that, for Christ's sake. Okay. You got time, even on a 1 minute, you got time. But we might have to close it and tick again anyway. Get a third red. Looks like we're going to get a number 4 here. So looking the other way. a strong move below the 20. Hello, everyone. It's all good. It's all exciting. No music in the background because I've had issues with it. So I'm just... You're just dealing with me and the noise and the filter and all that. Okay, we're getting a solid move back down. Still very rangy. Get a solid finish. Got a new bar just now, so we had 4 minutes of downward movement. Oh no, 6. Usually we'd be an hour in. I was a bit late. I apologise. Yesterday you probably, unless you saw my impromptu football manager stream last night, or yesterday afternoon, my time. Yeah, I went to see the doctor and because I've got arthritis in my toes and other stuff associated with it, psoriatic arthritis, and it went well. It's good. I think some progress is going to be made, make a big difference because I've been in the wars for the last 7 years. It's been a naval war. Very Neptunian. Confusing and no proper diagnoses or anything like that. So it was very nice to see somebody who was on top of things and had an ultrasound on my toes. My toes are not pregnant. And yeah, it was like playing Diablo or something, like flames. The old itis is inflammation. You see them on the screen. That's what happens when you get older kids. You'll have stuff to deal with. It's only a number. If you're healthy, it is. But when your body starts saying, no, can't do that, can't do this, no, issue here, issue there, then you feel differently. So take advantage of what you got. Yeah, young whippersnappers. All right. Not that I'm old enough to say that. I'll never be old enough to say that. Got to have a healthy breakfast. Best viewing on the interweb. This, top notch. Right. Do I take that? I'm inclined not to, simply because it's still rangy. I'm inclined not to. You can't be too mechanical. You've got to see the sign that it's trending, and then you can set the wheels in motion. But as you can see, we've got a red, so it's not an entry. It's certainly not a buy. If we got in there, we'd be getting up very, very quickly. No, it's hanging in there. It's gone for all money. I mean, there's just not enough energy. If you look at the RSI, very, very flat. It's like the bears have tried to take charge, but it's just not happening for them. It's just drift. Certainly not bullish. But everything's well taken care of, I'd say. If we get a move off this, then maybe then we can start to think about it. But at the moment, no. I mean, there's lots of red, but there's no direction. It's minimal movement. No real energy in this market at all. There's no energy in me. No, I'm fine. Bit tired, I have to admit. I'm a little bit tired. Comes with my condition, apparently. Won't go into it. There's no need. Right. Okay. Bit of a move upwards again, but really every time you see a big move upwards, you just be thinking, okay, let's look for a buy. Sorry, every time you see it go downwards, you look for a buy, and every time you see a big move upwards, you're looking for a sell. Okay, all right, bit of energy. Good. Now, can it sustain it? It's collapsing upon itself by the look of it. See if it can have some second wind. I can't see it myself. Could be wrong. A little bit of a fight back there. Okay. But I'd say damp squib. Ooh. Are we going to get an inside jobby here? It's looking a little bit more bullish. But it could easily be a false dawn. Still in a range. And 5 seconds. 4, 3, 2, 1. What's the next candle going to be looking like? How do we trade the inside candle? Is this going to be the one? Well, can't hit an entry. That looks like an enter. Might be just short. I'm not trading it. It still looks like a range to me, so I'm leaving it. Jet propelled, kids. And drifting. So we would have got an entry on an inside, and it's going to be an outsider. It's engulfing the previous candle. It's gone higher and lower than the previous. And if you're a betting man, then you'd be taking a short on this one, would you? Be entered on a short. Now, will this one also be higher and lower? I don't get to see that very often. It is heading downwards by the look of it. It's still rangy. There's nothing in here that I would go for. And it's heading downwards. But it's back to our previous low. It's nothing weird about that. So if we look at that high, I'm thinking, oh, making some progress. It's actually moved 11 back the other way since its top, which was really just matching the previous high. Still below the one here by about 4. Nothing happening, is there? Riveting stuff on the DAX. Dynamics. Is this the area where you look to buy? Go for a nice quick profit on this? Yeah, you possibly could. Down it comes. If it pops back up, you say, yeah, I'll buy from here. That looks like a buy. We'll go long. We'll look for about 8, 9. But this could be a break. You never know. This could be the one where it says, no. We'll fool you for trading a range. Home on the range. Yep. Yeah, that bottom's holding. It'd be great if I could learn how to trade this stuff, because it happens so often. It's always a bit wonky. It's never straightforward. You might think I was going to hit that bottom and come back up and hit that top, come back down. It's never as straightforward as it seems. And I've always had the luck of when I come in and try and do it. That's when it takes off and we start trending. So I'm holding back until I see a proper trending signal. And I can't see one. Let's imagine we bought at 85. Wouldn't that be? Yeah. About 85. Say we bought at about 85. Are we going to get, let's look for about 8. So we need to go to here, about 94. Struggling a bit. But up it pops. 89. Maybe the average will hold it off. Move to a break even, as it's halfway there. So we're not going to lose. Is it going to hit the target? Pausing around just under 90. Should we start looking for a trend? No, it's still in range. But in an arm wrestle, you'd say that the bears are got a bit of an advantage. So it's evening out a little bit. So hit 90, closed high. So see if we can get to 94. That would be the take profit. in a range trade, which I did not take. It's coming back down. Or is it? If the average is starting to hold, then that could be a really good sign that we're going to start moving. So this is a narrowing of the range. We're in false dawn territory again. Oh, it's finishing strongly. Came right back up. So again, we're just 3.5 short of the profit target. It's the ask there. There's no entry anywhere. I mean, the blues are weak, and this time far less strength in the retort from the bulls. The average providing that be substantial resistance. See if that continues. Up it comes. Again, the 20 proving a barrier. It creeps downwards, bit by bit. Just have a look at one point, the highest difference was about 39.40, and now the difference is about less than half of that at 18. So it's gradually creeping together, as it was very early this morning. Dynamics? I think not. But again, it's popped up. There we go. So if you'd taken that trade at 85, you'd now be 6.3, and you'd be looking for just a little bit, 1.6 more. It's very steady on that. Having gone above the average, is it now going to act as support? Oh, up it comes. The top's at 95. That'd be profit time. That's in profit. There you go. You've taken a profit on that. You win. You win 8. 1% of the account you just made just by doing that. Congrats. Now, if it gets up to 97-ish, yeah, I'll be looking to... Okay, let's look to sell. 96.3. Is that good enough? It's gone up to 97. That'll do. There's your sell. Let's see what happens. We'll have the bulls taking control. Be a little bit worried if it goes above this top. I'll be thinking, uh-oh. Uh-oh. At one point it looked as though they were struggling, but there we go. It's popping back down. There we go. There's been a bit of energy in it, though. Is it a sign? Well, we've not gone above the top. At 97, I'll be wanting to take profit at about 89. popping away, but is this where it breaks? About time it comes, maybe not. So we're in at 97. We're in profit now. So we head back towards the average. Is that going to act as support now? So a bit of resistance, but it's broken through. So it didn't end up respecting it. It'll respect it the other way. Had to fight a bit though. Here we go. Bit of jet propulsion coming. I can feel it. Let's see clearly. Not clearly enough. Get my vision back. I'd love to do that. A bit freaking Hitler-esque, wouldn't it? Heading back up. Still rangy. Not out of the range. I'm not treating it any differently. Just because it's got a bit of zoom in it doesn't mean it can't zoom the other ways. No, see what I mean? Very rangy. So we've come in at 97, wasn't it? Very close. Did that make it? What is that? 89, probably about 0.6 off. Oh, was that in profit? I'd say because of the spread we're one off. Oh, that's it. Surely, that's it. Coming in at 97. There we go. %. Okay, so that's how you trade a range? Interesting. But it hit. I wanted to go all the way back down before I even think about coming in again. Mind trading the range. Could be useful. A lot of Forex goes sideways for ages, particularly if you ever trade the Swiss franc. It's very good at going in a sideways motion. Let's have a look at the Swiss franc at some point. See if I can master trading that on in a range-bound market. Just looking to pick up 1% each way around. Just nicking the points. Rather than looking at these big 3-to-1 moves. Plus. So it's already hit its target. Don't have to do anything. So we thought it might start respecting the 20, but clearly it's pinging past it, pinging back over it. It's sort of like a tennis net, isn't it? Like a game of tennis. Essentially what it is. At this juncture. You got in at 85 last time, wasn't it? Yeah, so I'd wanted to see come back down there. As we get a move back upwards and it doesn't quite hit those lows again. The price has been rejected from this high 3 times now. And from this low, over and over and over and over again. It's about 1, 2, 3, 4. Count that as 1. 1, 2. Count that as 1, 3, 4, 5. And 3 rejections of this price up here. Right. It's coming back up. No trade taken. Are we going to get a bit weary of taking the top up here? Well, we'll see. We'll see how it moves. I'd want to see it get all the way to the top and then come down. Maybe to about 97, I reckon. We were last time. But I wanted to go above 97 and come down. Oh, there we go. Bit of a mixture of stuff going on there. Real indecision now. No talk about elections. Back we come. Here we go. Down to the 85. Thereabouts. You want to go just a little bit lower. And you consider taking a long, head north. Really not much movement either way now, which is more of a sign that something could start to happen. It's the distance between the two averages. They're just narrowing slightly. See a move like that. For example, then you start to look to get in really. But that's a clear-cut entry. That's not, and that's not. Too many reds to enter there, and then you can enter there. It comes back at you, but you make your profit. If you're only looking for little 2 to 1s at this point, probably make it. You'd only be making little 1 to 1s with +1. How low did we go? Not really low enough to enter. All a bit meh. Still rangy, wouldn't take that as a short. Now you might think about a buy. It was very, very quick. The move down to 83.7. Very quick. Now is it going to reject that price for about a 6th time? Proper range, this. Proper range. Price hovering around the 20 EMA. At this juncture, if you manage to get in with it at 85, which would have been very, 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 very difficult unless you had a limit order, you're looking good. You're up 5, 6, 6.5. Just need to get to 94. I'd anticipate it doing that. 92, just 2 more. Or is it going to come back down? No, I wouldn't have thought so. You can see it going back up to that high, coming down again. At least partially. It's a fair way off it. That's why you Oh my word, hello, crash. Put in a stop loss, a break even at this juncture, just in case of that movement. Have another go. Getting very narrow, so might well even just think of, no, get out the trade and be done with it. Leave the range trading for the moment. Could easily do that while you're in profit here. But then, you see, just put the stop loss in is enough because it's just rebounded and you might get your profit anyway. The market can do that. You think, scared. Scared enough to move a stop loss there. I think that's fine. But 91, 92, just too off it. Does it come back down again? Just the range narrowed so much you're not going to be able to hit 94. I'll just be leaving the stop loss there. Just a couple of points above the entry. We're at the entry, which is probably going to mean a small loss. That's not worth it. Look how narrow that's getting. Jeez. Is that the new top? .93, so it's in one, less than 1. 3.2. 0.8 for taking a profit. You could easily just say, I'll take that. And that's it. Thank you. Even at 93, you should hit your profit. So you were much closer than even I gave it credit for. Brain explosion, brain fart. Are you having a good time? I hope you're having a good time. But this is what it's like. This is the reality of trading. You'll see a whole lot of videos and it looks super dynamic. And sometimes it is. But at the moment we're ranging, it's 9:38. It's not an obscene time to trade. Okay, it's not the first hour, but the first 2-3 hours you make a substantial profit on the DAX. But you'd have to learn how to range trade on a day like this, or simply sit back and say, I'm not taking a trade and I'm doing the latter. Having attempted one earlier on, here, and just not coming off. And I took a trade earlier on the NAS, took it on the NAS. What was I thinking? Totally wrong. There. Move downwards, it bounces off the 20, it pulls me in there and jerks me out. What a jerk. And it's sort of, we're in Nowhereville as well with the DAX sort of drifting up. You could do the bouncing off the 20 routine. But really not worth it, not with that kind of spread. The spread is just under 2, which I didn't realise. I didn't realise I was trading the NAS. I was just scooting around this morning trying to look at stuff. And so we're back near the top again, and you'll be thinking, okay, want to go near that high and then come back down. And be looking to hit the high and then go down to 97, I reckon. Okay, it's gone above 97. I wanted to get to about 98.5 before I'd even think of that. And then we thought we might not make the profit. We had to move the stop loss. Oh, how sad. I had to move it. So there we are. Okay, good. You'd take a notice. Oh yeah, it's moving the right. No. Oh, inside bar. Oh, okay. You might have done okay. See there. We're in range world at the moment. Could it break out here? It could, but I'd be more likely to take a pretend trade at 97 and look for it to head down by 8 to 89. We'd be in. And we'd be looking for be half a point down thereabouts. Yeah, at the moment. Only need it to come down to here. So back at the entry point, above the entry point at the moment. Get a new high. Is it going to reject? We're at the high. Oh, we've gone beyond it. See, this is what can happen. So this could well be the breakout. But it's false or not, we don't know yet. And there's our big movement upwards. So that move down is now looking like an inside candle or bar. And you would have made 7.6 at the most. And easily have your stop loss below that. Due to the size of the bar. Big bar, just move your stop loss quickly. Don't have to think about it too much. You get a big move like that. Okay. Looking for some kind of pullback here. Is it inside enough? I don't like trading inside. If we get a red, then I'll look to go long. Big move on the RSI as well. Could easily come back down to the average. We're not far away from our entry on the we had before. It would have been taken out by now. So that's the past. That's being a strong move up. Barely an inside. Wouldn't take it. Even if it continues on its merry way, as you can see, previous high here, so it could easily just reverse. If it breaks through, that's a possibility. With some kind of pullback, but on that pullback we might just see that we don't get an entry anyway. It might just reverse on itself, hence sticking to just the two reds. At the top of our red candles is an entry point. So, bit of mini pullback going on here. Back to the 18,000 mark. Big round number that. Always a magnet for trades. Now is it going to close? Do nothing until it closes. Uh-huh. What's the size of that? That's perfectly all right. Just drifting down a little bit. 7.9, still acceptable. Okay, 1.5, 1.7, 2 point. We'll go with that. That's gone down. Oh, I'm not looking like, no. That's probably a bit too much. Which is that? All right, okay. What's the top of that? 99. There we go. Of course, if we get another red, we are officially out. Won't be moving it any lower. Bit of a bounce off there, isn't it? Or not. Long way to go before we get an entry. If we get it, that means it's a strong move up. Bit more energy in the market, that's for sure. I'm ready to get rid of it. I won't until the end of the this one. 2, 1, and we're out. Okay. Plenty of time on the 1 minute to adjust. Nothing just skipping all over the joint. Did I get to 90? Almost at the 89, you see. If you come back down and got in on the 97. Yeah, you're there, see? You get in on the trade that way. Make up the dosh again. Profit. 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 That's what we're here for. And we're not stepping on anyone's toes. Other people might well be, but I'm not. Maybe indirectly. You can't indirectly step on people's toes. But you're enabling. Okay. Fair enough. So a little mini false breakout, and we're heading back down into the range. We didn't fall for it. It would have to have really signaled us, given us a proper signal. Even if we come in on the inside, we hold on there. But it's these aren't huge movements that we're seeing, particularly for the DAX. This is very small fry. This is I start training as well on the web. This is what I get. I come onto Twitch, say, yeah, DAX Dynamix. A bit of blue there. Well, I'm not going to treat it as anything other than range bound. I'm not doing a thing about that. If it starts respecting that 20 EMA, then we might be in business. It's barely gone over the playing tennis. It's barely gone over. Not to see how strong the reaction is. It's at the RSI as well and barely got a look in, whereas before it's crossing over. Definitely drifting southwards, but nothing too dramatic. And there's some movement, but it's definitely in favour of the bulls. A bit of strength here, okay. See how it reacts to the 1800, 18,000. God. Yeah. Not really able to match that high even. Okay. At 18, just under 1805, 1804.4, 18,004.4. Keep saying 1800. It's not. Not a lot. Back it comes. The smart thing is we haven't taken a trade. I think the system's working in that way that we can just see, no, there's nothing there. After that move, lots of red, you get in. It's near the end, unfortunately, and then we move across. That's really the way it's been since we've come on. 1835, there it is. Our high around here, from the 1805 mark, and our low around the 1785. So it's about 30 point range. There's room for profits in it, but as you can see, you try and get in here, you get taken out. To get in here, you might be taken out too. So it's ranges can be tricky. They're not straightforward. Now, would you trade an inside candle on this, inside bar? Well, no, I wouldn't. There's only been 2 blue bars before it anyway. I like around 4. 3 if they're very strong moves. But a pullback like that, no. So hovering around the 1800 now, I would say. Oh, I don't know why. 5 to 10. 6 to 10, should I say. GMT. I've got an appointment later, so I won't be doing any Football Manager on here. Maybe if I do, it'll be very brief. Maybe get through December and into January. Might do that. Very flat price. The 18,000 mark. Bit of a barrier at the moment. Tons of trades probably get through have been put here. Either take profits or entries. We'll see them on both sides. So the market will be eating through. We'll see who comes out on top. That's what can happen when you get to a big price like that. Big round number, 18,000. The price really not moving. Balanced market, yep. After a bit of a move back up from the bulls. The price holding there, so we're going to get another, it looks like a little mini sell within a very narrow range at the moment. Clue of how narrow that is. The big picture. It's been a lot of resistance to this price before, and most of the resistance about 50 below. So it's around a 50-point range, just a bit popping above, a little bit below. Yeah, 50 and then most about 78. So, as you can see, very rangy market. We have a look at the 2 minute, just for greater context. Well, this is why we've had some very quiet days. It's really a long range since the 12th, which was Monday. Tuesday, big move there, and then ever since, probably with it hovering the 18,000, it's just not been able to break through. So numerous goes at it, and people just keep on piling on the money. 17,786. So big move there. Could have made a bit of money on that, but ever since we're in balance mode, there's not a lot to really say. And it's not in our interest to push trades when they're not there. So as we can see, lots of blue, red. You could possibly argue for a buy on this. But I'd be moving my stop loss very bloody quickly, making sure that if it does come back down, we're not going to be harmed. So can it crack it? Might do. It's not. That's 1, 2, 3, 4 blue candles and 2 reds. So you could easily get, it easily qualifies. It's not a higher high, but that is a higher low. So you could always say no. It could always break through. It's punt. It's going to go higher than this high. That'll be a good indication of what may happen. But could easily just come crumbling back down again. Okay. 4th in a row. That's positive, but it's decision time. If we'd come in there, I'd have my stop loss immediately there. So we're covered. Down it comes a bit. See what strength is in the market at the moment. See if the bears can resist. Send it back at least down to the 20 EMA, which is starting to have an upward inflection. Upward motion. Rather than drifting closer. We're now at 18, so it's gone a little bit wider. If we were in here, you're up by 4.9. And I'd have my stop loss right there. And taken out. Cleanly taken out there. So, is what it is. We're at 10 o'clock. It's 11 o'clock in Frankfurt, the home of the DAX. I'm not in Germany. So it's 10 o'clock. I'm a long way away in the north of Scotland. The sunshine, the days are getting longer. Pretty soon they'll be even, Stephen, and we'll have very long days where I am. Not necessarily the warmest days, but we'll have them. Back it comes down to the 1800, poking up to the 18,005. You'd get another entry. Would you treat it as an entry? I'd be wary. I would be wary. But in the words of Michael Jackson in 2009, this is it. And it was. Do you buy at a high? Do you? Do you? Do you buy at a high? 3, 2, 1. Well, you wouldn't be now. You'd be very close to an entry. Oh, come on, that new candle. Well, that's taking you in if you were going to gamble on this, but it is a gamble. Very little movement. Chomping through the orders. Oh, no movement. Chomp, chomp. A little bit of movement down. Chomping through them. It's drifting upwards. So if you went for a buy, which I wouldn't, possibly I should, according to the rules, but it's at the high and I'm very reluctant. Stop loss is very, very tight. That's one plus. You're not going to lose much. If you come in there, stop loss is there, you're only going to lose around 2, which is a quarter of the full risk, so only 0.25%. And seeing a little bit of movement. $16 left. What wouldn't inspire me with confidence, I'll put it that way. The lack of movement, down it comes. You're moving that stop up just a little bit, so the loss ends up being just about half. We're damn close to it, and that would take you out. Trade near the high, ladies and gentlemen. Trade near the high. You want a bit of momentum before you do that. The highest high is only 23 away. You'd have to say there's a bit of pressure building. There's only some upwards movement. We'll say there's a channel there. You say there's a flag building up if you're into that kind of thing. I'm not. We're near the top of the bar. 99 seconds ago, it goes blue. So no entry. So even if it moves, there's no entry for us. We're seeing that bit of that move now. Nothing you can do about that unless you have a different trading system. For example, you want to trade a higher and low and higher, lower low and higher low candle, you can do so. Bit of a risk associated with it, of course. You can always say, okay, it's a higher low, there's its close, I'm buying. Fair enough. You could do that. It might work. How often, though? It's usually a sign that something's about to happen, though. I will say that. I always bought that, and you'd be still in the trade. You would have made up to 10.5. Gosh, 10.5. Come on, it's nothing. And back we come down. Back we come. Back where we were. Very rangy market. So we are in a trend, but it's such an anemic move upwards. The real power is in the higher lows. So something will have to give. And the only way that, if you traded like that, you get that move. You come in there and say, okay, there's our stop loss. Okay, it's moved up. Red. Okay, first blue, we'll move it up here. We've had a high, low, and we've moved up. I'll move it up here. And you're just hoping for it not to come all the way back down to the last high, low. A certain amount of risk associated with that, of course. But if you feel that you've got some kind of momentum, but it's a bit anemic, that'd probably be the best way to deal with it. That low's coming near it, but that's all right. As long as it doesn't hit, doesn't matter. So if we get a close on this in a few seconds, you'll say, just move it up a little bit. Would mean it. Want to be in the trade if it goes below that. If you're trading very tight, it's not happening. It's been that kind of week. We just have to learn through it. I'm learning through it because I'm actually taking the time to sit through the morning rather than, oh no, it's not going my way, walk away after 10 minutes, rather than learn my lessons. So it'd still be in it. There's our close. Are we going to get a high? Again, if we had entered here, I would say we're not going to trade it tight because of the nature of the market. There's our 4. Now into profit. Now it's we'll make 0.25%. Still thereabouts, 0.25%. Now we're getting there. Now we're up to 12 and we're risking 4. We could easily say, you know what, that's 3 to 1 on our 0.5% risk. We'll take 1.5% profit. Could do. We'd certainly seen a big move there, a counter move, blue, just a couple red there. That's a legitimate entry. I didn't take it because we're still a bit rangy, but you know what? Is that a breakout? It's a mini breakout. On a minute chart, you could count it as a breakout. We've got a trend now. And a very anemic trend which you have to trade differently. So okay, there's our bottom. You have to risk losing that 4. Go, you know what? There we are. Bit by bit. Bit by bit. Nearly up to matching that our entry there by the look of it anyway. We're at 2 to 1 there. Back it comes. Going to get another low. It's okay, you just move your stop up. It's an anemic drift upwards. If you weren't using a trailing stop, you just put your entry there and say, you know what, I'm going for 4 and I'm going to look for 12. And you hit. Risking 0.5%. Simply because you're risking 4 rather than 8. And you get 1.5%. I'm not doing that, so it's a little bit difficult. Maybe I need to adjust. Don't know. Half a minute left on this candle. Is it going to stay red? Certainly got a dip on it. Certainly if it moves back upwards from here, move your stop loss up. You're trading that way. Possible to argue that I trade too tight. I think that's a fair cop, but a ranging market, I think that's fair enough. On an anemic market, I think that you've got to be wary. Here we've definitely seen it's definitely a trend. It's not a strong trend, but it's a trend. Then the that's definitely, yeah, you can count that as a breakout. And a pullback, and then away you go. That's going to take you out. It's taking you out. Good argument for the 3 to 1 or 2 to 1, 2.5 to 1 argument, rather than just letting it flow. Market just hasn't got the juice in it. Now, is it going to respect the 20 EMA? Let's see. It's the strongest move downwards for quite some time. Seems to be respecting it, yep. Has done since around here, back at 9.49, 9.48. If you traded that, you could have said, you know what, I want to trade this now. You would have done all right. You'd be up 6. Well, you'd be up a little bit more. Up 10. Yikes. What a trade. There's nothing happening. Thanks for joining me today. But it's listen, if you want to see the way the market actually works, here, no BS. I'm not selling you a course. I'm not selling you anything. I'm not selling you a dump. I'm not selling you hope. I'm not selling you a scam. I'm not selling you the real answer either. I've got nothing for you other than this. Not an entry, third red candle, third red bar. Just to show you, it's got a candle. These are candlesticks. I think that's a bit harder for me to trade. I'm usually thinking about trading the bodies, you see. I tend to ignore the wicks. So I'd be, for example, something like that. I'd be more inclined to trade a blue with a wick that comes back up. Blue with a wick comes back out. Blue with a wick. But it's not as straightforward as that. Hence, I think the bars are a bit easier to read. High, low. High low's pretty much the same, isn't it? Did you trade a high low? Any difference there? It's all I can ask you. So, nah, pretty much the same. Let's come back up to that top again. We'll break through it. Could well do. Should I take 3 as an entry? Should I? I'm not inclined to. I'm not inclined to. Maybe if it's maybe if we get an inside, then that would be okay. But I don't want the rules to be too convoluted. So, for example, we get in on that anyway. They might have taken us out. Well, we wouldn't have traded it because we're going south. So no, yes, yes. And if it's an inside, trade that. Be doing okay. Move the stop loss to break even already. I'd be doing that, but I haven't seen anything that I want to take. If I was going to take, that would be the one. And that does follow the rules. So I should probably have taken those two. It's no great loss. But it's been cherry picking a little bit and I probably shouldn't. But there, I cherry picked for good reason. But seeing that move, that and that, I think was probably enough to say, okay, we're seeing some kind of strong move, which is high, lower than the previous low and higher than the previous high. Going back to signal something was up. Well, I can't see any point in continuing on for much longer. I'm going to take a little break. Nature calls, and then we'll sum up. See you in a tick. Anything happen? Nah. Well, if you had got on that entry, there we go. Nice little move. You don't get 1 to 1 on that. Unless you're just aiming for 1 to 1. 6. Less than that. So, I don't know. It's just one of those days, isn't it? A bit like playing Football Manager. You've got the best team going and they just play a bit meh. Well, I don't think there's much else to say. We'll just have a quick look at the pound. Is there anything happening with that? Well, see, there you go. There's a little trade there for you. If you come in there at 7:40, this is the 5-minute chart though. Probably better to use the 5-minute chart with Forex. You can have a look if you like. Have a look. 2 minute. What's it look like? There's a little move there. You've got. I'd say that the yeah, with Forex, I like pound dollar trading. I think it works really, really well. I think you've got to. I don't think you can go for anything too huge with Forex. You just go for like those little 2 to 1s. Like, don't risk a lot. Risking four's quite a lot for pound. Get to a 1 to 1, it takes you out. No problem. Comes back down. You're coming into the average, so you probably look for some kind of bounce off it. Get a wide one, it moves up, takes you out there. Takes you out there. Yeah. It's got to be a way of trading this. Really just using the average. I think Forex is a different thing to trading an index or any indices. More likely to get a trend on an index than particularly an American one. Might have a look and see if we can have a look at the Dow. There's no point messing about, is there? Anything for Dow? No. US? Get Bitcoin. I want Bitcoin. Stop that. The sidebar. Indices. Spot. Any other? We've got futures. US equities. Oh yeah, thank you. Forwards, oh yeah, they're interesting. Metals, thank you. Energies, crude and Brent. I haven't had a look at what's available for a while. I tend not to. Spot. Okay. Where are we? Indices. NAS. Don't look at the Russell. The Russell? It's got to be, yeah. There's the Dow. Isn't it? To be the top 500. That's what we're looking for. Got a blank on how many freaking. What's that? Oh, all right, thank you for that. First time chat. Oh, yes. Thank you for the publicity, dude. Just say hi if you want to say hi. Look at the Dow. It's on 39. I'm not seeing anything here on 30. There we go. Yeah, 30. Okay. There we are. Okay, that's the Dow. Boom. It's on a 2 minute. What's it on the 5? Might be easier. I mean, imagine trading that. You take a risk of 10. Nice. And it's even in pre-trading. What's the spread on that? And the Dow. About 3. Not great. Not great. Bearing time of day, it's not the best time of day for it. Yeah, 2.5. Hence, if you're widen it, it's even better. Let me shrink that down. What's it been looking like? Yeah, a bit of volatility there, but moves. Use the RSI to help you. Look at the. There's a nice dip there. Thank you very much. 270. Okay. Is it a bit Nasdaq in terms of the time of day? Let me have a look. Seems during opening hours it's not as great. Nice down move there. It's 13 and you get 66, that's fine. You're taken out there? No, you're risking 33 and you make 76. It's probably better during the closing hours if you can handle the spread, but yeah, I think maybe longer term you're doing better. Let's have a look if you switch it to a half-hour chart. The opening hours are a bit of a... Well, I can't say I like the opening hours. Outside it's probably better, but the spread's going to kill you. So that's the issue with that. I have with that. France, for example, the spread on that. Just one. There's our opening today. That's on the half hour. Let's move that down to like a 2 minute chart. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Nice inside one there. All right. Again, it's no huge moves. It's Europe that's a bit flat at the moment. NAS. Nice moves there this morning, but flat. Netherlands, how are we looking there? Spread of 1. Again, flat. China, how are we looking in China? Yeah, flat. Let's switch. Swiss. Bit of a dip at 7. And then 70. Okay, it moves a bit differently. I wouldn't be trading that. What else we got of interest? Nikkei is always interesting, but it too is a bit flat. What's the if you're trading Asian hours, trade the Nikkei. Get a bit of movement. Get an entry there. So your risk about 43. Okay, your risk is different with this. If you have a look at the spread, it's 10, 5. Divided by 10, and you're looking at the way you would trade the DAX, for example. No, yes, not too good. Want to trade that dip? You do okay. 88.9. You're risking 18. Yeah, good. Far more substantial spread, of course. But even when you consider the size of it, that's like a 25-point movement. Not that great. Always divided by 10. Germany, France, Euro, the UK. Getting some movement here. Oh, jeez. I mean, jeez Louise. You want to trade that? I don't. What a mess. What an absolute mess of a chart. You're probably just looking for a top and looking to go down, looking for a bottom to go up. I can't see any other way you'd trade that. That is god-awful. Look at that. Oh, my word. You want to find a system for trading that... Just find it when it hits a low, hits a double at the low, comes back up, quickly get out. Just, oh... It's a bit like the Tory government here, I'm telling you. Anyway. Yeah, no good. Energies, how are they looking? Brent crude, a little bit rough. Got to move there. How much is that? Yeah, not huge. It's usually US hours where we'll see a bit of movement, as you can see there. 12 o'clock we start getting a bit of movement. But it's a bit rough. A bit stringy, as I call it. Pre-hours, yeah, you can make some profit on that, but the spread is not that bad. Doable. Gas, nah, no, don't touch on that. Gasoline, the spread on that's gargantuan. Look at it, if we move it to a daily chart, what does it look like? You have to trade this on as a swing trader. So move on that. Well, you can see the spread on the daily chart. So I'm out. Metals. It's gold and silver against different currencies. You want to stick with the US. Gold on the daily, there we go. Gold on the 1 minute. So just topping and gets to the bottom. You should be starting to look for that upward move. Again, rangy. All the markets seem to be rangy. See if Forex has got anything going for it. Majors and crosses. That'll do. Pound US we were looking at earlier. Yeah. Euro. Again, rangy. You might be able to trade that a bit more predictably, but not a lot of movement. Japan. Anything trending with Japan? No. Again, rangy. Oz. Again, rangy. We're getting back up to the 75 mark. I'd like to see that, please. US Swiss. Is it like clicking like clockwork? I think if you're going to trade any kind of range, I'd be looking at anything with the Swiss franc. Far more predictable. Look at that. Jesus. Okay, 47-point move. Your little 3.6 is just terrible. But that's in the morning. What have we had today, for example? How far is it moving? 5. That's yeah. You want to take a very small risk, but you've got to pay your fees with that. CAD. Any hope in that? Bit of a drop there, 22. Oh God, this is narrow, isn't it? No, for anyone trying to scalp or day trade, conditions are horrendous. Pound Japan with a big spread. Even there, It's not great. Pound New Zealand, big spread. Should mean big movement. You can see it there, it's huge. 2 cents. 2 cents or 2? No, it's 2 pips. Oh, God. Yeah, 2 pips. Not the best for day trading. Move it out to 5 minutes. Take a 7 on that. Get 36. You can get good movement on this, but you've got to bear in mind the spread and the fees. That's what the word I was looking for. Fees. Before I went into a McConnell-like stare. Anyway, yeah, that's a bit more like it. You can trade that. But again, there's a bit of a gap in the spread's a bit huge between Swiss and yen. Try and avoid the yen. Let's see if we've got Euro CAD. What's that looking like? You're looking at levels. You can't. I wouldn't be trading it this way. Maybe if you look at it with even 5 pip range bars. Might be looking for where the bottoms are. If you can handle it, chart. If you can handle it. Oh, I'd like to thank Adobe Genuine Services Alert for being bastards. Anyway, so you get it moving like that, and it comes back to a top. You get a 20 pip move. Comes back to the top, and it might take you out, but it comes back near that bottom again. Bam, bam, bam. Unlucky, but then bam. I'd only be doing it one way usually. It takes you out. You start seeing that. You go, okay, bam. A bit of a bottom there. Might start looking around. Up you go. Even if it's just to there, and then you're up around here again, down. Up. Okay, but be looking for just looking for the clear tops and bottoms, where there's a lot of just overlap. Seeing all that overlap, we go okay. Bit of space. 1.5, 3, 2, whatever you want to look at. Look for the previous. Like you may even just say, I'll just take that. Just take part of the money. That'll do. Do I get anything for that? No, I don't. Do I get anything for that? Yes, I do. I don't like trading that way. To be honest with you. Toggle that off. Should I toggle off the sidebar? Thank you. Yeah. So that's a look at the markets. See, no trade. No trade. It's just too rangy, and that being the case, either become an expert at trading range markets, or don't do it. And I've been a good boy. I've been a good boy. One mistake earlier on today. That's fine. Not woken up. Wake up before you take a trade. And then today, a mini break even, and then holding back. Possibly the only other entry would be here, I'd say, and either here. So a little mini win, mini loss, and then nada. So me being a cherry picker, that should have definitely been an entry, and that should have definitely been an entry. I'll take them next time. Just to be a good boy. I have to update my chart. So it's saying update available. I will take the update on my C-Trader. And I thank you for joining me, all of those of you who did. And I'll see you tomorrow. Because I haven't got any appointments. Yeah, hey. I'll see you then. Bye-bye.